Hey there, my friend, John Michaelides, Real Property Management of Sarasota and Manatee. Today I want to keep it short and sweet. Look, there's a lot of knucklehead property managers out there, people that just really don't know what they're doing. There's even some malicious players, believe it or not, out to rip people off. So what happens if you get stuck with one of those? What are the red flag signs that should alert you to the fact that maybe it's time to change property managers? So we're going to talk about when you should consider firing your current property manager. I think one of the things that you need to be on the lookout for, rather, is communication silence. Have the lines of communication simply gone dead? No phone calls, no emails, no texts, no responses, silence. Bad sign. You need to have communication with your property manager. Doesn't mean you're going to necessarily get a call back in 30 seconds, right? There's holidays, there's weekends, after hours, if non-emergency. But the point is you do get responses. The lines of communications are open. If the lines of communications go dead, need to start thinking about that. A big red flag is sporadic / erratic payments. Do your rent payments show up? Do they show up sometimes on this date and sometimes on that date? Doesn't mean there's not going to be a window. Generally, companies have specific check runs, as we call it in the business, and a holiday, a weekend could throw it off a day or two. But the point is, within a certain time frame every month of a few days, the money needs to be hitting your account. The checks need to be arriving. And if it's sporadic, if it's erratic, if you have missed payments, big red flag. What about expenses and you get a song and dance? What if they don't want to show you the actual invoice from the plumber? Oh, well, we keep those in-house, or we don't share those, or whatever. If you start getting a song and dance with respect to maintenance questions, expense questions, really, perhaps a warning sign. Now, here's a big one. In the Sarasota Bradenton market, as of now, October 2019, we're in a fairly strong market. If your property is sitting vacant for 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, something's wrong. Big red flag. Another thing, do they stick by the management agreement? In other words, do they do what they said they were going to do, or are they always kind of changing things up? Are they changing the rules? Are they doing things one way one time and another way another time? If people aren't sticking to the letter of that management agreement, oh, by the way, owners, that works both ways. You have to stick by the letter of the agreement too. We sometimes get owners that say, oh, well, I know I signed that, but I don't want to do that anymore. Well, no. Everybody has to abide by the agreement, right? So if your property manager isn't abiding by their property management agreement with you, it's a red flag. And finally, just there's something in the pit of your stomach. There's a sneaky suspicion that something isn't right. If you're getting these red flags, communication silence, sporadic payments, a song and dance when you're asking for explanations, you just got a funny feeling that something's not right, you may want to consider firing your current property manager. Now listen, it's not always the property manager's fault. You cannot always blame the property manager. Tenants will go south. Tenants will do stupid things. Roofs will leak. Tenants will break stuff. That is not the property manager's fault. You can't blame the property manager because it happened. You could blame the property manager if they fail to take action. So if a tenant needs to be evicted, they need to be evicted. If notices need to be posted, they need to be posted. Things need to be repaired. Owner has to provide the funds in a timely manner. property manager needs to get them repaired. So the property manager's a liaison. They're not responsible for the things that happen. They're responsible for taking charge of the situation and seeing them through to a positive completion. So remember the difference. You get the point. There's certain things that you need to be looking out for. If you're experiencing those things on a regular basis, you may want to consider firing your current property manager. Hey, listen, if you want to talk about it, if you have a current property manager that just isn't working out, if you're thinking about changing companies, contact me. My staff and I are happy to help you out. Real Property Management, Sarasota, Manatee, 941-225-8183. Have a fantastic day. God bless you. Bye-bye.